Fa la 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 la. Take it, Russ. Fa la 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 la. Whether you're a choir dork, a musical theater nerd, a Friday night rock god, or a Sunday morning soloist, you're probably leaving thousands of dollars on the table every single month, and you don't even realize it. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly why singers make some of the best voiceover talent on the planet, and how you can start turning your voice into a second income stream. One that pays you in your downtime, between rehearsals, between gigs, between sets, without it ever getting in the way of your music. And actually, here's the short version before I get into all of it. The exact skills you've spent years building on stage, breath control, dynamics, emotional range, are the same skills voiceover clients are desperate for and can't find in most people who show up to an audition. That gap is where the money is. Quick bit about me in case we haven't met. I've been doing this full time for over a decade. I've recorded over 7,000 voiceovers in over 74 countries. On places like Fiverr, Voice123, Upwork. And so when I tell you there's an opportunity here for singers specifically, it's not a theory. It's something I've watched happen over and over with people I've worked with directly. And if you'd just rather skip ahead and talk through it with me directly, my Calendly link is in the description, but let's get into it. So let's talk about why singers specifically. Here's the thing almost nobody tells you. The entire voiceover industry is built around performance, not tone. Clients aren't hiring a voice. They're hiring a performance that makes their product, their brand, their story land with a listener who's probably distracted, probably scrolling, probably half paying attention. And performance is exactly what you've spent years training, whether it's in choir, in musicals, in a band, or just gigging on your own. Think about what singing actually requires. You've built breath control that most people never touch in their entire lives. You know how to support a phrase from the diaphragm, how to sustain a note without your voice cracking or running out of air halfway through a sentence. That's a technical skill. Voice directors notice that immediately because 90% of people who walk into an audition, they don't have it. They run out of breath mid-sentence, their pacing falls apart, and it sounds amateur even when the read itself is fine. Then there's dynamics. You already know how to build from a whisper to a full, powerful note and back down again. And you know how to do it on purpose with control, not by accident. That's exactly what a director is asking for when they say, give me more warmth here, or bring the energy up on this line, or I need this quieter, more intimate. You already speak that language. Most non-singers don't. And then there's emotional range. If you've ever had to sell a lyric, had to make an audience feel something in the space of a single verse, you already understand emotional storytelling at a level most voice actors are still trying to learn. You know how to shape a phrase so it lands. You know how tone changes meaning. That's not a small thing. That's the entire toolkit that clients are paying for. Now here's the part nobody talks about. As the real reason so many talented singers never turn this into income. There's an invisible barrier between I have a good voice and I get booked consistently, and it has nothing to do with talent. It's not about how good you sound. It's about whether you know how to package what you already have into something a client can say yes to in under 30 seconds. Here's what I mean. A client scrolling through profiles isn't listening to your entire reel. They're not reading your whole bio. They're making a snap decision based on a few specific signals. Does your demo sound like exactly what they need? Does your profile look professional? Is it obvious what you do and who you do it for? Most singers who try voiceover skip that step entirely. They record a beautiful, technically perfect demo that showcases their range, and it doesn't book a single job because it doesn't answer the one question every client actually has, which is, can this person do the specific thing I need done? That's the barrier. And it's completely fixable once you know it's there. The good news is, once you understand that gap, everything else gets easier because you're not starting from zero. You're starting from years of vocal training that most people trying to break into voiceover would kill to have. You just need to learn how to point it in the right direction, how to build a demo that speaks directly to the kind of work that's actually out there, how to position your profile so clients immediately understand what you offer, and how to price yourself so you're not competing on the bottom of the barrel with people who have a fraction of your training. And that's really the difference between a singer who tries voiceover for a month and gives up and a singer who turns it into a real ongoing income stream that runs quietly in the background of their music career. recording between rehearsals, between tour dates, between sessions, on their own schedule without it ever competing with the thing they actually love doing. So if any of this is resonating with you and you want to talk with me about it and how we can make it actually look like for your voice and your schedule, your goals, that Calendly link is in the description right below. So let's have a real conversation about it. And hey guys, thanks for watching. I genuinely appreciate you here. If this helped you see your own voice a little differently, do me a favor and subscribe, drop a like. It helps me get this in front of more people who need to hear it. And honestly, this voiceover community, the singing, the creative community as a whole, we do best when we're helping each other out. So I appreciate you being part of that. See you in the next one.